Parents, what's up? It's me, Trevor. I'm getting ready here today for one day, which is not for another. Well, it's August 15th, and today is August 5th, so it's like 10 days away. So in case you thought it was like tomorrow or something, don't worry, don't freak out. You didn't miss it. I am setting up basically our current preliminary situation for. This is what it could potentially look like for us. You'll see we have the chairs that are strategically spaced. In Kidmin, we sit on the dots that are like right there, but for this day, we'll probably do chairs. Now we are 3 kids away from being over the limit of being in this room. We'll have a very similar setup in the auditorium, so we can have 75 people in here. We have about 60 kids right now, and 60 kids plus 12 leaders for those 60 kids would put us at 3 away from the number. So I just want to run through just to let you know what we're doing. Just the other day, CVSD and Spokane Public Schools, SPS, they released what they're doing, which is going back online, and we are still doing Kidmin in person. So I just want to walk you through. One of the things we're doing to take precautions is obviously the chairs are distanced. While we're in the large group setting specifically, masks are 100% going to be required at the one-day event. Our small groups, if they have their small groups in a classroom, which every group will be assigned their own class, then masks will be required in their classrooms, but groups can choose to have their small groups outside. If they do that, then we won't require masks. We'll say, hey, it's up to you. You can still choose to wear it. But because they'll be outside, they'll have some more space. So again, they're not going to be sitting shoulder to shoulder. As you saw, we've already worked out the spacing factors, and they can go out on the basketball court and have tons of space, or out in the grass, have tons of space, bring chairs, have tons of space, whatever they need to do. But we are not just like going, hey, it's just like camp every year. And like, no, we're not staying in cabins this year for a reason. And we want your kids to be as safe as possible. So we're planning the day. We're doing some games inside that allow them to be distant, but we're doing something called the Flossoraptor, and it's an inflatable dinosaur that does dance moves. And I like the Swagasaurus. And so there's going to be someone here, not me, wearing a dinosaur costume, leading dances that is just going to be silly and quite frankly stupid. And it's that is like the motto of children's ministry. It's just like, it's just sometimes it's stupid. The things we do that kids love. So we're going through this series. We took it from a series. We combined multiple weeks into one. It's called Brave. We're talking about King David, but really that David started off as the lowest of the low. He was the 7th son, and when Samuel came to anoint the next king, Jesse didn't even invite David. He said, no, you stay out in the field. You're clearly not going to be the next king. And then David, fights Goliath. And then David has this amazing friendship with his friend Jonathan. And then David becomes the king, and all these things that David does while he's the king. And we're going to just talk about how God can use us, and that we can become something greater than we ever thought because of God, because of Jesus, because of what he can do through us and what we can do for him. And now to cover all that in 6 hours, this is a lot, but we're just really excited to have the opportunity with your kids. So they're going to do that. They're going to have some small group time. They're going to have some team challenges. And I want to give you this last final heads up. When you pick your kids up, you're going to want to have either a towel or a change of clothes for them, because we are going to do a color war. And if you've ever sent your kids to our kids camp for the week, we always do a color war on the last day of camp. And then your kids come home the next morning, and their clothes are in a bag, and they're just covered in chalk dust. It's cornstarch, actually. But so we're going to be doing a game like that. We're actually going to combine like 4 games into one. It's called Jeopardy Fort Color War. And I've rarely been so excited for a game in my life. So just know. And again, we'll tell you day of when you come to register. Registration is check-in is gonna open at 9:00, and then they're gonna be you are gonna be able to take your kid to their small group, meet their small group leader. Hey, this is the team captain for the day. So that's all gonna happen, and then check out will start at 3, and we just ask 3 to 3:30 if you could be there, because their small group leader can't leave until all their kids are gone. So if you don't show up until 5:00. You've now kept that person from their family, and they've been exhausted because they've been running a small group all day. So all that being said, the masks are required except for when they're not, which means they're required when they're required. And we're not trying to skirt any rules. Food, we're either going to do pizza or sandwiches. We're trying to figure out what is not just cost effective, but like the best value. So like if it's cheapest, I don't care. But if it's cheaper and better, then we'll go with that. But if your kid has any dietary allergy needs and you want to bring them lunch, that's a great thing to know that we're either going to have sandwiches, which involve bread, or pizza, which involves bread. So celiac or gluten intolerance or something like that. And again, call me and just go, hey, what if you just, we can order a gluten-free pizza. We can do that. So if your kid has that, let me know, because we want to be accommodating. We don't want one kid to have to eat something from home while everyone else gets Pizza Hut. I would love for your kid to also have Pizza Hut, So gosh, that's really all I have for you. Show up on August 15th with some paperwork. Be ready to go. We're gonna have a nurse on site. We're gonna have some security on site. Keep your kids safe. We're gonna have a ton of fun. And then your kids will be really, really thirsty when they get picked up. So we're gonna give them as much water as we can. But it's gonna be hot that day, I think. So have a great day. If you have any questions, holler at me. My email address is tfarris@vrl.church. Farris is spelled Farris. We'll get back to you as soon as possible on any of those things. Until next time, though, peace out.